Well, my story started in Germany, actually. That's where I was born and raised. I came to the United States about 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago, and I met my husband overseas, and so we got married here. I finished my bachelor's degree in business administration at the University of South Carolina, and then we moved around. I had 2 children and decided it was time to go back to grad school, which I did while we were actually overseas. So I finished my master's in applied psychology with a community health concentration over there. And when we relocated to Camp Pendleton is when I really started my actual job hunt, and that's how we came here. I'm currently a family readiness officer aboard Camp Pendleton. I'm very proud as I've been a Marine Corps spouse for 10 years, so giving back to that community is really near and dear to my heart. So I'm working with a battalion of almost 1,400 Marines, so we're a very large battalion. And I found this job by, first of all, actively researching the MCCS HR website, researching other companies in the area, but I really wanted to focus on working on base. So what I did is I contacted Lana Massimini over at the Family Member Employment Assistance Program, and she was a wonderful help. She signed me up for classes, helped me network, contacted people for me, and just helped me weed through all these wonderful job opportunities that were out there to find the one that was best for me and my background. So that's what we did. We found, I continued to look with her guidance and with her help as well, and then edited my resume so that it was targeted toward this specific job position, and have a one that looks also like an MCCS resume that works and that MCCS likes to see. And with that, I was invited for an interview and was then prepped also through a mock interview that was run by the Employment Assistance Program, which was a humongous help for me to just practice and get my nerves down for that. And with all that help, I was offered the position and have been there for about a month, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to work with the Family Member Employment Assistance Program. Because of their help, I don't think I could have made it to where I am today.
What resources on Camp Pendleton, in addition to the Family Member Employment Program, did you find to be most helpful in your job search?
Within this job search, I would say the library services. When you're moving somewhere, you're coming from a different duty station or overseas, it sometimes can take quite a while to have all your internet set up at home and those kind of things. So I actually found myself using the library services quite a bit for printing, doing research, and then just kind of finding out a little bit more about the area where I wanted to work. So the library was definitely number one. And on top of that, the chakra services that Camp Pendleton offers as well helped us find the best solution for our children to be taken care of while I go to work full time. I sure have. I have been to several of the career fairs, which is always fun, not just only fun, but also very helpful, because I met some of the HR recruiters actually that worked for MCCS, which was good to know what they're exactly looking for and chatting with them. And then interestingly enough, some of those same people I found later to sit on interview panels and so on. So it's always nice to have a connection and to have a face to the name, and then also to have just other opportunities within the community. It's wonderful that this is being put on, because sometimes you also find career paths that you might not have really thought of yourself, and now you're confronted with them and you actually think, wow, this could be something that I would really love to do. So the career fairs are fantastic, and although I myself have not found the job right there, I have made many connections that not only helped me get my job, but also helped me now having my job and knowing where to go for resources when I need it for our families. The biggest challenge as a spouse or a military member job seeking is the constant moving. So this is our 5th duty station in 10 years of marriage, so you can imagine how many times we have moved. And it's just very hard to keep a track record and to keep your resume up and not making it look like a hodgepodge of different jobs wherever you have lived. So that was my biggest challenge. So actually being with MCCS is wonderful because no matter where we go from here, I can hopefully, or I could hopefully potentially stay with a company and keep that consistency, the continuity on my resume with that. So that's the biggest challenge, moving around and not having jobs that maybe not even pertain to what you really want to do, and you just have to take a job because at that duty station you can't find it, or you live overseas and whatever you want to do or set out to do is just not available at that point in time. So those are the biggest challenges, and the best thing you can do is find a company that either you can move with or somewhere where you're somewhat flexible and never give up. That's the biggest advice I can give for people when they run into those kind of challenges. So as a military spouse, you learn, or I have learned, to be flexible so you can adapt to all work situations, all life situations, work environments, and the people that you work with. And you can also, most importantly, you know how military life works. The values of Marine Corps culture or military culture is very important when you take a job on base. So you know what is important to the Marines, how to act, you know how to dress, and you know how to speak to people that are in a certain chain of command, which is very important where I work at the moment. So those are the things that are very important. Embrace those when you come into the military and learn about the military culture and values, because it will help you during your job search and later on in your position as well. Number one advice is contact the Family Member Employment Assistance Program. Without them, or with them, it is extremely much easier to find the position that you're looking for, to network, which I believe is the hardest thing when you go to a new duty station or you go somewhere where you don't know anybody and now you're supposed to find a job. So the networking part, the classes that the Employment Assistance Program offers are fantastic to help you understand the area and get to know people, target your resume, and then practice for your interview as best as you can so that you can get that job. So go contact that program, Family Member Employment Assistance Program, and never give up. Just keep working on it and you will find a position that will work for you.